Joining us is DMK MP who's seeking re-election from the Thoothukudi constituency, Kanimozhi Karunanidhi. Ma'am, many thanks for speaking to us. I know you're extremely busy. Thanks for taking the time out. You've been touring not just Thoothukudi, but across the state you've been campaigning. What is the sense that you're getting from the ground?
I think it's very positive for the DMK alliance and the India alliance actually. I think people are very happy with the government and most of its schemes. So there's a very good response.
You say good response, but there's also, ground reports that suggest that DMK is facing some kind of anti-incumbency. The DMK government has been in power in the state. The MPs, of course, have been there for 5 years. So there is some kind of anti-incumbency. Is that a cause of concern for the DMK? Why do you sound very confident for this election?
See, every scheme doesn't reach people 100%. There are a few people who, get to be left out, and so obviously, those people are upset with the government, and sometimes a promise cannot be fulfilled. I mean, it's obvious that a little bit of impact of that will be there. But I think more than all that, the Kalaignar Magaliru Urimai Thogai has a great impact across the state, and similarly the free bus scheme, and what I find very important is that there's a great support, and people are very, very happy with this scheme, Pudumai Pen and Tamil Pudalvan, which actually assists students who go to college from underprivileged backgrounds, with 1,000 rupees a month. I mean, any place you talk about that, I think people respond very well to those schemes, and the promises of in the manifesto also, have made the people very confident. And I think all these schemes, and the breakfast scheme, I think people are very, very impressed with that scheme. So all these actually has a lot of impact across sections, and people understand that the union government has been reducing funds for the Narega, and people hardly have leave alone 100 days, even 25 days work, and they haven't been paid for nearly 4 or 5 months or even more than that. So that anger I can see across the state.
Many are trying to project this election as a fight between the DMK and BJP. Do you think that is the case?
Not at all. It's still a fight between the DMK and the ADMK. Before, when they were in alliance, of course, it was between both the fronts, yeah. But today, I think it's clearly between the ADMK and the DMK.
The one consistent issue that everyone in the DMK has been raising is how the central government has not given flood relief to Tamil Nadu, especially areas like Thoothukudi, Tirunelveli, Chennai, that has seen devastating floods in the last year. You were on ground, you were coordinating all that relief and rescue work. Do you think that is resonating, that issue is resonating amongst the people, the fact that the central government has not given any relief fund?
Definitely, people know, they're very aware that the union government has not given us any funds, and they're very angry. So any assistance which came is from the state government and from the chief minister. The 6,000 rupees and what relief we've given for people who've lost their cattle and the fishermen. And especially, I think no state has ever given 4 lakhs to rebuild the houses which were washed away by the floods. So people are, very, very, very angry with the union government because PM never visited, and the 2 ministers came down, senior ministers, and no funds came. But in spite of promises, time and again, and the PM has promised the CM that funds will be sent, and even the Home Minister promised the MP's delegation, but nothing happened. Now we have to go to court to get the relief which has to come to the people. It's a very sad state.
The Prime Minister has been coming to Tamil Nadu very frequently, and the BJP's campaign. So I'm just going to put across some of these political attacks that the Prime Minister and the BJP has been making against the DMK, and I want your response to that. First one, dynasty politics.
I don't think the BJP can really talk about dynastic politics, because there are many people from political families who've got seats, who are leaders, who are ministers in the BJP, and just because you're a part of the BJP doesn't, cut you away from your family. And some of my former friends, in the Congress are today in the BJP, who come from political families also. So I don't think they should be talking about dynasty. And moreover, people can enter politics, if you're from a family of politicians, much more easily. But then people accepting you and people voting for you, that is a decision the people have to make. Nothing will work if you belong to a family and you don't work, or people don't want you. Then that's the end of your political career. So there's nothing called dynasty once you are inside politics. You have, like today the CM, it's his hard work, and it's just not, that he came into politics. He came into politics nearly 50 years ago, and so many years of hard work. And I think it's his own merit he stands on.
The Prime Minister says DMK is known only for corruption.
Says who? The person who made corruption legal? The electoral bonds is making corruption legal, and it's nothing more than that. And more than that, what shocks the conscience of the nation is that the way they've got the bonds, how people have been threatened to give money to the BJP. And the Supreme Court has called it unconstitutional. And in spite of that, I don't think the Prime Minister has a right to call anybody corrupt.
The one consistent attack that the BJP makes against the DMK is that they try to portray that DMK is anti-Hindu.
See, the DMK is not anti-anybody. It wants to have an inclusive government. We want to reach out to the minorities, the majorities, and all sections of society. And I don't think a government can, except for the BJP, I don't think any government can, be anti anybody. And if you're saying we are anti-Hindu, are we leaving Hindus out of all the government schemes? Are we, the DMK has always fought for reservation. And reservation is primarily for the majority of the Hindus who've been deprived of education, who've been deprived of their rights. It's for the backward classes, it's for the most backward classes, the Dalits and the scheduled tribes. So these are the Hindus we are fighting for, and BJP is fighting against. So who's standing with the Hindus and who's actually fighting against the Hindus?
Two last issues. These are the recent ones that the BJP has used. They say the DMK is responsible for the drug menace in Tamil Nadu.
As far as I know, it is the NCB which is supposed to be answerable, and that comes under the union government. And if there is drugs, we don't know what happened. They caught more than 10,000 kilos of drugs in Gujarat, and we don't know what happened to them and who's behind it. Nothing, no news after that. Same way, wherever there are drugs, I think it is the union government which has to take responsibility. And yes, the person might have been connected to, but we threw the person out of the party the minute we came to know that the accusation could have been true. And I think the person should be arrested and questioned, and we should find out what the truth is. DMK is not going to stop it, and we are more than happy to help you in the process. I don't think DMK can be blamed. I think there is a drug menace all over the country, and I think it's now in the BJP government more than any other time.
The last one, the BJP says DMK has betrayed Tamil Nadu over the Katchatheevu issue.
The BJP has betrayed the nation. The BJP has betrayed the country. The relationship with all the countries around India has been messed up by the BJP. And what's happening in Arunachal Pradesh with the Chinese coming in, and in Ladakh and in many of the border states is of a a hugely concerning thing. And I think every Indian should be worried about what is happening. And just to divert, because that is their election strategy, they are trying to whip up something which happened many years ago. And I don't think in this 10 years of governance, we've brought up this issue many times, but the BJP has never responded, and they've never taken this up. And today, just before elections, just because the entire nation is questioning them about what is happening in the India-China border, they are bringing this up to divert. I think nothing more than that.
Thank you so much for your time. So that, of course, was Kanimozhi responding to some of the political attacks leveled against the DMK by the BJP in this election season.